In Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen.
All right, cool. Everybody have their notepad. Everybody have their clipboards, their note sheet. You have your clipboard and note. Okay. All right. Let's get them up. Can you pull them up? Can you pull them up? Pull them up. If you took service, took notes at our 8 a.m. service, just pull your note sheet out. All right. That's how I know that you took notes. All right. All right. All right. Can everybody hear me? Yes. Is everybody good? Yes. Okay. All right. Cool. So, October 6th, I took my wife out on a date.
Oh.
2013.
Oh, okay.
Took my wife out on a date, 2016. I took her to Canoe in Atlanta, Georgia. Beautiful restaurant. My wife spent $180 of my money. First day. She got whatever she wanted. After that, I took it out. Second day, we went to Copeland's. I have to bring that down. She was like $80 on our day. The next day, we went to the movies. The next day, we went to the fair. The next day, we went to a bunch of places. We're on our way to one particular place, and my wife had this look in her eye. So, what's going on with you? We finally got to the restaurant. My wife looked at me and said, in uncertain terms, she said, we need to DTR. She says, we need to define the relationship. She said to me, she said, dude, you've been taking me out. We've been going on dates. We've been going places. We've been enjoying ourselves, and we've been doing our thing. But she says, we need to define the relationship. She says, Sipho, you can't date other people. I said, hold up. So I got to dump everybody. She says, either we're going to be together or you can be with somebody else. Right? So immediately, I had another girl I was talking to at the time. We were just talking. And I went to the girl's house and I said to her, hey, yo, from this day forward, we done. Alright? So my wife had bagged me, and from that moment, I was in a defined relationship. I could no longer engage in relationships with other women because I was in a defined relationship. My biggest fear for this generation is a generation that dates multiple people. You could be dating him over here, and this one over here you call your brother. You know that brother, the dude you really like, but the only reason why y'all can't date is because you don't know if he really will ever like you or if he look at you like that. So y'all become brother and sister. You date all these people, you talk to this person, you like this person, you think this person up here is cute, and vice versa with us guys. We talking to her because she got a nice booty. We talking to her because she's smart. We talking to her because her Instagram pictures are popping. We talking to her because she helped us with our math homework. We're talking to her, and we talking to all these different people, but there's no exclusivity. So you take this one to prom, but you take this one to homecoming.
There's a difference in it.
All right? You going to the movies with this one, but this one you're in the library. Okay, can I give y'all an educational moment?
Yes.
There are no berries in library. Okay? If I hear you all say library, if I hear you say library, I'm telling you, I'm going to just walk up to you in your throat. What am I going to do in your throat? I'm serious. I was listening to somebody say, oh, I got to go to the library. Huh? No, ain't no berries. It's brary. Brary. Everybody, let's say it together like an educated class. Library. You try me one more time. In my black suit. Y'all like my black suit? Right? What was that? So I made the decision. I said, all right, Shawty, I'm going to make you my boo. We dated. We got engaged. We got married. Go to the next one. Watch this. Go back. Go back. Oh, well, you can stay right here. Watch this. One of my biggest concerns is that we have to define our relationship as Christians. What does your relationship with Jesus Christ look like? What does your relationship with Jesus Christ look like? Do you really have one? Everybody says that they're saved, but nobody looks like it. So we're going to go through a few categories of what relationship with Christ looks like. First one is ride solo Christian. Religion isn't for you. You embrace spirituality on occasions, but don't plan on embracing God anytime in your near future. So you spiritual a little bit, but you don't plan on ever giving God your life. Solo. Test the water, Christian. You're not exactly religious, and it's still possible you'll turn how? Away from God in the future. But you're interested enough to go to church on occasions and pray periodically. So, see, you in this room. Ride solo Christian. The testing the waters Christian. Next one is the going steady Christian. God has found his way into your life on a couple of occasions. And you're happy to acknowledge his presence. Though you haven't fully committed to God, you're more than willing to give him a shot by attending church services regularly and thinking over religious ideas and concepts. Sitting in this room, you are either a ride solo Christian, you are either a testing the waters Christian, you are either a going steady Christian. But let me show you the next one. Searching for more Christian. Check it. You believe in God and you know he's out there. You've been in a relationship with him for quite some time and are waiting for the right moment or experience before you fully commit. You that person that says when God gives me that full ride scholarship, that's when I'll start believing. You that person that says when God blesses me with the car of my dreams, that's when I'm going to start believing. You that person that says it's based on experience that you make your decisions as to whether you're going to have a relationship with God. Watch this. Together forever, Christian. You've been interacting with God for the majority of your life, and you're more than happy to keep doing so. You're definitely a spiritual person, and you'd like to spend the rest of your life embracing him. So check it out. You come to church. You come to Bible study. You usher. You dance. You play an instrument. You do all these churchy things. But check this out. You're doing it out of religion and not out of relationship. Here's the one, my favorite one. This is the one everybody thinks they are. Everybody in here, if I ask you, oh yeah, I'm committed to Jesus, I'm saved, I'm just, this is you. Watch this. Everybody look up. I don't need you looking in your lap. I'm over here. Hey, Doc, look up. Sit up. You're too old to be sitting back. Okay, y'all can't see? Oh, we are. Alright? The committed Christian. God has your heart. You daily are seeking to have his. You don't mind if God comes into your life and makes what? Major changes within you. Everybody in this room says they're that person. But when we look at your life, there are three types of people in this room. We have the curious, we have the casual, and we have the committed. When it comes to your relationship with Jesus, are you curious? Are you casual? Or are you committed? Somebody tell me what curious means.
So you wonder about?
Huh? You're what? You're what? I didn't hear you.
You heard from other people, so you're like interested.
Okay, come here, just come here. She said you're testing. So the curious people are people who, you know how your mom tell you, don't touch that iron?
Yeah.
Because it's what?
Hi.
But because you curious George, booger, you go and do what? Hey, every time, guess what it always does? Alright, so we got curious George. Alright, right? What does casual mean?
Sometimes.
Huh? Sometimes. Come here. Casual. Casual. So this means casual. When it's convenient for me, I'm a Christian. When it makes me look good, I'm a Christian. When I need something from God, Christian. When I need God to make provisions for my family, Christian. When I need God to open the door, Christian. So we got the Curious George, Casual Nancy, and what is convenient?
When you accepted God.
Come here. So we either have curious, casual, committed. Maybe not, I might do it. Casual, every now and then I might do it. Committed, I'm all in. I'm going to ask you this today. Which one are you when it comes to your relationship with Jesus Christ? Are you curious? Are you casual? Or are you committed?
Yeah.
Now here's the crazy part. I don't know if you said it, but it looked like you said it, and it made me say something. You can never be in between. It's either one or the other. And I want to believe that a large majority of the ones in this room, you all in this room, you are either here or you're here. You're either curious, but you ain't committed. Here it is. You're not committed to your growth and your curiosity. Okay? I would receive it if you said, well, Pastor, I'm curious and I'm just trying to grow and understand it.
Okay.
All right? I got you on that. But a lot of people are curious and they stay curious. Well, maybe not. A lot of us, okay, this should be a progression. There should be you saying, okay, I started right here as a new believer. But because I love him, I'm here. All right? This committed doesn't say I'm perfect. Committed doesn't say I do everything right. Committed doesn't say that I dot on my I's, cross on my T's. No, committed says I'm all what?
Yeah.
So I gotta ask this question. Are you all in, or is this Jesus thing something you just talk about? Something you just talk about, guess where? Here. Go sit down. Go to the next one. Watch this. Because the truth of the matter is, in order to have a committed relationship with God, it is going to cost you something. I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you this right now. If your relationship with God does not cost you anything, you are in a casual relationship with God and not a committed one. Because at some point in your walk with Christ, people should walk away. In your walk with Christ, if you're really being committed, in some friends, they say, man, you changing. I can't fool with that. Relationships will change. Friendships will change. Here it is. Your character will change. It's some things about you that should look different because you have entered into the level of being a follower of Jesus Christ. This is a generation that does everything else but be committed. You are not committed to anything. Ain't committed to making good grades. Boom. Ain't committed to doing your chores. Boom. Ain't committed to people. Ain't committed to your own character. Because guess what? It don't cost nothing. Everything, if you get, who can be honest and say, the stuff that you had to pay for was the stuff that you were most concerned about. Let me rephrase it. The stuff you got for free you didn't care about. Let me rephrase it. Your level of care or concern for stuff that you got for free was different in comparison to the stuff that you had to pay for yourself. Okay? You listen. Let me tell you this. Them shoes that you have to buy, this is how you walk. No creases, baby. No creases. But those shoes that your mama bought that you really didn't like or you really didn't want, Because when it does not cost you anything, you will never value it. Just think of anything in your life that you had cost you nothing, you didn't value. If your relationship with God hasn't cost you anything, then you aren't in a committed, you're not in a commitment. You're in a casual relationship. That means you're flying by the seat of your pants every day. There is no level of consistency. There's no level of you saying, you know what? I belong to God. And because I belong to God, there are certain things, certain ways, certain actions I cannot behave in. Why? Because I belong to God. And it cost him too much for me to behave like this. Go to the next one. Watch this. So we look at Luke chapter 9, verse 21 through 22. Let's read it together. It says this. Jesus warned his disciples. Okay, I'm reading by myself. Let's try it again. Jesus warned his disciples not to tell anyone who he was. The Son of Man must suffer many terrible things, he said. He will be what?
Rejected.
By who?
By elders.
And who?
The leading priests.
And the who?
The teachers of the religious law.
He will be
killed.
But on the third day,
he will be raised from the dead.
All right? So Jesus said, check this out. Don't tell anybody who I am. He says, Jesus is about to die. Jesus is about to be crucified. And he says to them, don't tell anybody, this is what I'm about to go through. He says, I'm going to be rejected. People aren't going to like me. People aren't going to respect me. People aren't going to honor me. I am going to experience a level of suffering that you can't even describe. I am going to go to a cross. Nails are going to be driven in my hands. A spear is going to be thrusted in my side. I'm going to go to the cross for you. For you. For you. Watch this. But on the third day, I'm going to get back up. Now watch this. He's talking to his disciples. He's talking to these people. But in the midst of him talking to these people, look at what he says in verse 23. He turns, the Bible says, what does it say? Then who turned?
Jesus.
He turned to the crowd and he said this.
If any of you want to be my follower, you must give up your own way, take up your cross daily, and follow me.
Jesus says, watch this. He says, I'm about to go through a whole bunch of drama. I'm about to be rejected. People aren't going to like me. People aren't going to want to be around me. People are going to humiliate me. People are going to send me through excruciating pain. But he says this. If you want to be my follower, he says, you got to give up your what? Your own way. And he says, you have to take up your what? Cross when?
Daily.
And do what?
Follow him.
He says that there's a difference between a fan and a follower. Let me show you this. Look at this one. Watch this. A fan is an individual who doesn't mind knowing about Jesus, but you don't want to get to truly know Jesus. You don't, watch it. You don't mind knowing Jesus, but you don't want to truly know Jesus. Let me say it again. You don't mind knowing about Jesus, but you don't want to truly know Jesus. You don't mind coming to church and doing what church people do. You don't mind coming to Bible study and doing what people that come to Bible study do. You don't mind praying, doing what people who pray do. You don't mind dancing. You don't mind singing on praise team. You don't mind ushering. You don't mind doing all the stuff that church people do. But you don't ever want to get to the point where he changes you. See, we've learned how to do stuff in church, but not be the church. Hear me clearly. You've learned how to be at church, entertain at church, be entertained at church, but you ain't learned how to be the church. So when people look at you, they don't see Christ. They see your carnality. When people look at you, they don't see Jesus. They see your cussing lips. Because you haven't learned how to become the very thing that you're believing. All right? Watch this. And the biggest problem, go back one more time. The biggest thing is this. Watch this. Watch this. And the reason why I don't do it I don't want to truly know Jesus is because I understand that the closer he gets to know me, the closer I get to know him, it's going to force me to make some changes with him. Let me see. I'm trying to think, who do I know the most in here? Who do I know the most in here? Alright, here it is. Here it is. Let me give it to you like this. What's my favorite color?
Black. Orange.
When's my birthday?
March 23rd.
Okay.
I thought it was in
What's my wife? Don't answer. What's my wife's name? Okay. They know. Okay. A couple of y'all know my wife's name. Here it is. What's my son's name?
Sipho Mhlanga.
Now watch this. Ask me something about you.
What's my name?
Don't know.
What's my name?
Don't know.
You know what's Mhlanga?
What's my name?
Now watch this. Oh, what church y'all go to? St. What do I do for a full-time job?
Pastor, St. Mark.
Okay, now watch this. You know about me, but you don't truly know me.
Right.
Okay? You know about me, and very well. Your name is Kyle. Your name is India, but I don't know you.
Right.
India, right? Alright? And so watch this. So if anything happens to either one of these two, guess who you don't need to call? Me. Here, watch this. And just like your relationship with God, you know about God, you know that he created heaven and earth, you know he did this, you know he did that, but guess what? You don't know him intimately. Just be honest. Who can honestly say that you and God have a tight relationship?
That's my homeboy.
Ooh, hey, there are no hands lifted in this room. That should make you, the mere fact that nobody's hands are lifted, look around you, that nobody's hands are lifted in this room should make you say, I gotta do that. Watch this. So a fan doesn't mind knowing about Jesus, but they don't have a desire to truly know Jesus. Because they understand that if I truly know Jesus, then guess what? I gotta make some changes. Because watch this. Abby, come here.
That's my phone.
Now, tell us what is one of your weaknesses. Not like that. Give me something that you're weak at. Huh? Not like that. Give me,
Faith was
give me something that you're weak at.
like reading the Bible.
This is weakness, not yours. Give me something you're weak at. You're weak at math. Now, by the mere fact that I know that he's weak at math, guess what I am going to try to do because I know his weakness?
You're gonna give him a bunch of math problems.
I'm going to give him a bunch of math problems. I'm going to help him consistently. And guess what? People, watch this, people who know their weakness and don't truly want help always stay away from the very person that can give them help. Now watch this. Go back to God. Because you know God knows your weakness without you even telling him. But because you don't want to truly change, you stay away from the changer so that you won't be changed.
Spell some words?
Okay? So watch this. So we got fans, but check out who we also have. We got followers. Followers are individuals who say, I am devoted. I am willing to do whatever is required to grow in my relationship with you. Come into my life and change all of what? Me. That's a follower. Now watch this. Now, if Edmund truly wanted help, Edmund would stay near me all the time. Because he knows that I have knowledge that what? He doesn't have. Now the same thing with God. You say you are a Christian. You say you are a follower of Christ. But you're not devoted. You're not willing. You're not willing to do whatever is required for your relationship with God to grow. You say, God, come into my life. But here's the operative word. You do not want God to change you. Matter of fact, you're right. You don't want God to what? Change all of you. You want God to change part of you. So we only want God to change part of us. And here it is. The reason why you're the same person that you were last year and only a portion of you has changed is because the only part of you that changed was the part that you gave to God. And so the rest of you is still jacked up because you haven't allowed God to say, let me fix that whole thing. Man, if y'all don't listen, hey, I don't know what's going on. Hey. When did y'all start walking while I'm preaching? When did that start happening? When did we start dropping pads while I'm preaching? When? Well, today? Oh, okay. Y'all better get together. Somebody say amen to that. Amen. All right? God is saying, I am looking for people, watch this, who are what? Devoted. Who are what?
Willing.
To do
whatever it is required.
Whatever is required to do what? Grow in your relationship with Him. So now your prayer has to be what? Come into my life.
And change all of it.
And change what?
All of it.
And change what?
All of it.
And change what?
All of
And
it.
change what?
All of
And change what?
All of
And change what? And change what? You gotta change all of you. My prayer is that y'all will get to the point where you stop living lives that seek to please people and you live a life to please God. That's how God can change all of you. We too busy trying to please people. And people don't give two flips of ounce about you. So while you're living to please them, guess who's remaining disappointed? God. Now watch this. Look at the next one. So the requirement for being a follower. Here it is. The Bible tells us right here. First requirement means I have to what? Give up my desire to do
My
what?
own thing.
My own thing.
My own thing.
I got to give up my desire to do my own thing. I've got to give up my desire to do my own thing. Within each and every one of us, we want to do our own thing. Who would agree? I want to do my own thing. And you, who can't hear this? Who can't wait to get out your mama and daddy house? Amen. Oh, somebody said witness. You can't wait to get out your mama and daddy house because you want to do what? You want to come in when you want to. You want to leave out when you want to. You want to go places without having to give an explanation. You don't want nobody checking up on you. Somebody say, man, I can't wait.
Man, I can't wait.
But check this out. Can I tell you something? Even while you're seeking to do your own thing, someone is still watching.
God. My daddy got some options.
You and I have to be willing to give up everything that we desire to do. Listen, when people look at your life, they should see a sum total of you becoming more and more like Christ. Look at what the scripture says. Go to the next one. The scripture says, let's read it together. If any of you want to be my follower, you must give up your own way. Jesus says, watch it. Jesus says, I'm not going to force you. He says, if this is your decision, this is your own prerogative, this is up to you. Jesus says, if you want to be my follower, if you want to roll with me, if you want to be part of my squad, he says, if you want to be part of Team Jesus, he says, you have to be willing to give up your own way. So when I tell you to go left, you can't go right. When I tell you to go down, you can't go up. When I tell you to go in, you can't go out. You have to give up the insatiable desire to do your own thing. That's why this song right here. This song. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I be. Why do you sing that? Here it is. Why do you sing that song and you never live it?
Because Charles made me. Right?
If God tells you right now to cut everybody off,
Sorry, Nina.
here it is. Somebody just said, I can't do that. Then can I tell you something? You ain't ready to be a follower. Followers say, I'm giving up. And here's my thing. I'm not telling you that it's going to be perfect. I'm not telling you that you might not, that you won't have seasons of being alone. I'm telling you, I'd rather have the favor of the Father than friends.
Amen.
Okay? So watch this. My son had a cookie. God bless his little heart. He had a cookie. And I said, give me a cookie. Give me a cookie. Give me a cookie. Now watch this. My son said, no, Daddy. No, Daddy. No. Sipho said, no, Daddy. No, Daddy. No, Daddy. How you gonna tell your father no?
Uh-oh.
Whoop. Whoop. Because he values what he had more than who he has. You value who's around you
Well, then.
more than knowing who's above you. Okay? And so my son missed out on me rewarding him with a greater gift that was greater than this cookie because he wanted the cookie more than he wanted his father.
Right.
He was not willing to give up what he had. Jesus says, if you're going to roll with me, you got to be willing to give up your identity. You got to be willing to give up how living a life that you want to live. You got to be willing to give up your own way. You've got to literally, he says, take on my identity. Period. Watch this. Go to the next. Go to the next. I'm going to show you this. Giving up my desire to do my own thing requires me to take my wants down from the throne and place Jesus and his will as the governing voice and force in my life. When I say I am giving up my own way, I am literally saying, Lord, it ain't about me, it's about you. Lord, when people, see, that's why I love the song. See, a real person that can sing, my life is not my own. My life, listen to the words that you're saying. My life is not my own. To you, I belong. I give myself away.
To you.
So I'm literally saying, I am stripping myself of having control. I'm stripping myself of being in control. I'm stripping myself of running everything, and I'm allowing you to run me. So if it means I lose friends, I'd rather have you than friends. If it means I can't date this person that I have a desire to date, I'd rather you direct me than me direct myself. Let me ask you this. Who is the governing voice in your life? Is it you? Everybody say, don't give me these Jesus answers. Because when I look at your life, here it is. Clear example. Who has been reading their Bible 15 minutes a day? Every day. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many people in here? At least 70, 90, 80? How many people in here? Yeah. That ain't even 5%. Here it is. How many of you all have told somebody about Jesus within the last 24 hours? No, I don't mean you told them, oh, God is good. God woke me up this morning. No, I'm talking about you sat down with them and said, listen, Jesus wants to come into your life. Jesus wants to save you. Jesus wants to change you. Jesus wants to transform you. Jesus loves you. He wants to change you. You are loved with an everlasting love. How many people have sat down and told somebody about you? 4 people, 6 people. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. That's it. 10 people in a room of people who say they are believers in 24 hours have not told anybody about Jesus. So it makes me beg the question, ask the question, are you really a follower? Oh wait, you a fan. You know about Jesus, but you don't know enough about Jesus to tell other people about it. should make you uncomfortable. This should make you cringe. This should make you wrestle with yourself to say, how can I say I love you and I don't show it? Who is the governing voice? What is the governing voice in your life? Because right now, based on the assessment that we just did, and I asked you to, based on that assessment, you are the governing voice in your life, not God. And until you are until you are willing to lose everything and everyone, you ain't ready to be a follower. And the truth is, I have to daily ask God, give me a follower's heart. I'm be honest with you. Now, Sipho's still wrestling with it too. Because this yesterday, I'm be honest with you. Can I be honest with you? I pulled into the grocery store. A man pulled into the grocery store before me. Now you know it's limited parking at most stores, right? Up close. So this man pulls into with his truck and he takes up 2 parking spaces. So you know, because I'm still trying to be Christian, I blow my horn.
Now you finna leave it.
I blow it. Now watch this. He continues to walk in the store. Because I'm still petty. Pray for me. That's what I did. I went and parked right behind him. Parked right behind him. So it was as if this is his truck, and he takes 2 lanes, and I park right behind him. He goes in the grocery store, I go in the grocery store too. He knew it was me because he saw me. So after he pays for his item, he goes back out to his car. He comes back in and says, "Is that your truck? Is that your car right there parked behind me?" I said, "Is that your truck parked in 2 parking spaces?" He said, "Why did you park beside me?" I said, why you parked in 2 parking spaces?" And we went back and forth for about a few minutes, and I said, "Well, had you not parked in 2 parking spaces, you wouldn't have it." Now, what did that teach me? It taught me that as a Christian, I haven't learned how to listen to the governing voice in my heart. And guess what the governing voice in my heart is?
God.
Jesus should have told me, Jesus, I heard the Holy Spirit say to me in that moment, "Shut up, Sipho." I was on the phone with my wife at the time. My wife said, "Sipho, don't say that." I said, he should have taken 2 parking spaces. But check this out. We've always mastered the art of justifying why we can't do what God has asked us to do. So the reason why I had 2 voices that were telling me, be quiet. But because I want to be the governing voice in my life, I don't listen to it. Go to the next one. Watch this. 2 questions I want you to ask. 2 questions I want you to ask. 2 questions I want you to ask. Hey, Doc, sit up for me. Check it. 2 questions I want you to ask. You ready for them? Does God have complete access to all the rooms in your life? Second question. If not, what is causing you to keep those particular areas off limits? So check this out. If you know me, you know that I don't let very many people come to my house. If you do come to my house, you better not touch nothing. You better come inside and you better sit just like this. If you so much as touch a coaster, I'm kicking you out. Because whose house is it?
Yours.
Right? Have you ever noticed that whenever you don't want people to see certain rooms in your house, what you do? You do what? Y'all so cutting. Your mama tell you, close that door. Close that door. I don't want people seeing all my stuff in my house. Now watch this. So I had somebody come to my house, and their hands got anointed. They had anointed hands. And I let them, listen, I let them go to the bathroom by themselves. And somehow, they are a klepto. What is a klepto? Somebody who takes stuff. They have a kleptomaniac anointing. So I let them go to the bathroom by themselves, and they came back, and some of my stuff in my room was missing. And so the reason why I don't allow people to walk around my house is because when you let wrong people or immature people walk around something that's valuable to you, they'll steal it. Let me make it spiritual to you. When you allow the wrong people to walk around the spiritual rooms in your house, and they are not mature and they are not of God, they will always take something. That's why you're wrestling with low self-esteem. That's why you're wrestling with your identity. Because you allowed someone or something to walk around the room in your heart, and now they took it. All right? Now watch this. So I told you that when you walk, when you don't want people to touch stuff or see stuff or go out a room, what do? You close the door. And check this out. So many of us have closed the door, and that's why God can't change us. You only have two rooms that you allow people to go into. That bathroom and what else? And that living room. Don't move, don't go past those two rooms. You go, everything else is off limits. Now watch this. I'm going to go through some rooms in your life. And I want you to think of these two questions. If your life was a house, what rooms have you told God he doesn't have complete access in? Now let's look at the rooms. Here's the rooms. First room is the kitchen. The kitchen is the place where you allow food to go into your body, be it good or bad, spiritual or secular. So that's the place where you know you're growing, that's where you're eating. The music you're listening to is consuming your body, is going into your mind, going into your heart. That's one room. Next room is the bathroom. That's the room where you release waste. That's the room where you think you're perfect. That's the room where you think you are perfect. That's the room where you get perfect. So in the bathroom, you take a shower, you clean yourself up, you do all these things, but you're really not perfect. I don't care what your mom or your dad told you.
I don't care.
Okay? Third room is the what? The bedroom. This is the room where you get dressed, the room where you rest and you spend most of your time. Who can be honest and say, I spend most of my time in my bedroom by myself? I don't know, nobody messing with me. Now watch this. Have you allowed God, watch this, the bedroom is your place of comfort, the place of safety, the place of relaxation. The last room is the living room, the room where guests are allowed. The room that you allow everybody into to enjoy and to relax in. Now let me ask you this. Out of all four of these rooms, in your physical, the Bible says that your body is the temple, so this is your house. This is your house. Think of what areas have you not allowed God in. Some of y'all don't allow God in your dating life. God, this is what you do. Access denied. Some of y'all don't allow God in your social media life. so your social media don't look like who you are on Sunday morning. Some of y'all don't allow God in your verbal life. So the reason why we cuss like we do is because we haven't allowed God into that area of our life to what? To change us. Cussing is a choice, not a requirement. Cussing is a what? Choice. Not a requirement. I don't have to cuss. I cuss because I choose to. So in essence, what rooms in your life have you told God you can't come in? No, you can't change. You can't change my attitude. My attitude is good. You can't change my character. My character is good. You can't change my speech. My speech is good. And God is saying, every time you make a decision to cut me off, you stop me from changing you. Imagine how you could be and how much better you could be off if you allow God to come in all of you and change all of you. Hear me and hear me clearly. God wants to change you, but he can't change someone who doesn't want to be changed. Listen. Come here, man. Is that your twin brother? Y'all twin? Okay, come here, dude. Watch this. Let go. Don't grab my hand. Does that hurt? No. Does that hurt? No. Okay, now watch it. Does it hurt? No. Okay. Change your shirt to blue. Change your shirt to blue. Can he do it? No. He can't do it right now, can he?
He
Can't do it at all.
He can't do it, period.
Yeah.
I would have to release him to allow him to change. Now watch this. Once he changes it, once he's released, he can do something different. He can change the shirt, do whatever he wants to do. Now watch this. Many of us, we won't change until God forces us into an uncomfortable position. That when we feel that pain, we say, ooh, let me go change my shirt. Right? Why does God have to put us in uncomfortable positions just to get us to change?
Nobody care where you watching.
Why does God have to start? You okay? Why does God have to start taking stuff away in order for us to what? Change.
We're disobedient.
Because the truth of the matter is, we truly don't want to be followers. A follower makes a cognitive decision to say, you know what? I'm going to do what you tell me to do. Jesus says, you've got to give up your own way. Go to my next one. Jesus says, watch this. Being a true follower of Christ requires you to give up the right and the desire to do your own thing. You can't do your own thing. You can't do your own thing and say you are a follower of Jesus Christ. Sit down. Right? You can do your own thing and be a follower of Jesus Christ. Go to the next one. Jesus says, give up your own way, but he then says, all right, cool. Requirement for being a follower of Christ is what? Take up your cross. When?
Daily.
He says, do what?
Take up your cross daily.
When?
Daily.
All right, watch this. He says this. He says, let's read the scripture. Let's go. Let's read the scripture. 1, 2, 3.
If any of you wants to be my follower,
You must
give up your own way, take up your cross daily, and follow me.
Check this out. Go to my next one. Watch this. In first century, who has a cross on right now?
You said this like 2 weeks ago.
Watch this. Who has a cross on? Nobody.
You said
Because let me tell you this. Focus. The cross was a picture of your execution. Carrying your own cross was a picture of you executing yourself, preparing yourself for execution. That's what this is. Uncomfortable. We make it look beautiful. We make crosses with diamonds, with gold, with all this stuff. But in first century, back in the day, this was horrible. This was humiliating. They would make you carry your cross, and they would sit there and they would laugh at you, they would spit on you, they would do all these degrading things to you. Execution literally means you're going to what?
Die.
So Jesus says, if you want to be a follower of me, listen to what Jesus says. It's going to be rough. Jesus says you have to be willing to die every day. And it's rough because we don't preach this. We don't teach people, we don't teach y'all that you have to live for God every day. In your mindset, you think that you only have to live for God on what day?
Sunday.
On Sunday. Watch this. Taking up your cross daily means you and I must be willing to die in order to follow him. Dying doesn't mean I got to die physically. It means my will and my desire. It means, go to the next one. It says this. Here's a perfect example. It says, dying to self and absolute surrender. I've got to absolutely say to God, God, I'm yours. God, I belong to you. God, change me. God, make me better. God, do something different in my character. God, fix me. God, work in me. God, I'm yours. Period. Absolute surrender. Dying to self. And when does he say do it?
Daily.
So this means every day I have to wake up and I have to make a decision to say, you know what, Lord? I'm living for you. 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 Every day I have to catch myself from popping off on somebody. Every day I have to catch myself from living an ungodly lifestyle. Why? Because I want to be a what?
Follower.
Period. Go to the next. Check this out. Jesus goes on to say this. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, you will save it. And what do you benefit if you gain the whole world, but are yourself lost or destroyed? He said, check this out. If you're willing to give up your life for me, you good. But if you're so content or you have such a desire to hold on to your own life, you'll lose it. He says, watch this. The reward that you will receive for giving up your life is far greater than the reward you will receive for keeping yourself. So when you make a decision to say, all right, cool. When my son made the decision to keep his cookie over receiving the reward I had, the reward, it was, I don't know why I thought I couldn't get my pocket. I messed up. Watch this. The reward I had for my son was far greater than that cookie he had in his hand.
What was the reward?
That's none of your business. So I was going to give my son his pastor is Mickey Mouse. That's his favorite character. I was going to give him a whole Mickey Mouse deal. I had it for him. But guess what? He sacrificed the gift. For what? Let me ask you this. What are you sacrificing for a cookie?
Some money.
Watch this. I'm almost done. Go to my last one.
I give up a cookie real quick.
Now check this out. This is for all my people who make the decision in this room to say, oh, I ain't going to do it. I ain't going to tell nobody about Christ. I'm not going to be a follower. Let me give it to you from Bible. Let me give it to you from Bible. Why are you talking so much? You're doing a lot of talking today. That's a problem. Okay? Thanks. Luke 9:26 says this. Look at what Jesus says. Jesus says, if you make the decision, look at what he says. If anyone is ashamed of me and my message. He says, if anyone is what?
Ashamed of me
and my what?
My message.
Jesus says, if anyone is what?
Ashamed of me
and my what?
My message.
The Son of Man
will be ashamed.
will be what?
Ashamed of that person when he returns in glory and in the glory of the Father and the holy angels.
God said, check this out. If you're ashamed of me, guess what? When it's time for you to stand before me, I'm going to be ashamed of you. You couldn't tell people about Jesus? You couldn't share your faith with people? You couldn't tell people about living for God? Cool. Don't expect me to know you. Have you ever been so I had a friend, whenever they got around certain people, they started acting funny with me. When they're with them, oh, they don't know me. When they're with me, oh, what's up? Dead. And so guess what I started doing? Whenever they came around me, guess what I did? Away with you. That's all I do. So when I was younger, I used to do the thing like this. Anytime folks started acting a certain way, I'd go like this. Good day. We ain't like that no more. Good day. You know what that means. Get out of my face before I punch you in the Alright? So Jesus said, if you are ashamed of me, Jesus says this, if you're ashamed of me, I'm going to be ashamed of you. If you are ashamed of the Word of God and the message of God, sharing it with people, listen to this. You post everything else on your social media. When's the last time you posted something about Christ?
Today. For real.
I don't post on my social media.
But you got
All right? Listen to me. You post everything else. When's the last time you shared what you believe with people who don't believe what you believe? Who's done it this week?
I ain't posting on my social media, but I was talking.
All right? No, I want to see. I just want you to know that God says, if you're ashamed of me, guess what?
I'm ashamed of you.
If you're ashamed of me, I'm going to be ashamed of you. Play that for me. We'll be my life. That's all. Watch it. Last thought. We should have the mindset of what I want no longer matters, but I give myself for him, just as he gave himself for me. Despite the fact that Jesus' human nature didn't want to give himself up. My whole point is this. My whole point is that I'm going to give you one art to being a follower. It's kids right here. I don't know who this is. But if you don't stop playing, you're not coming back in here. The reason why so many people don't become followers is because they get caught up in distractions. Distractions always lead to detours. Detours always lead to destruction.
That is true.
Distractions always lead to detours. Detours always lead to destruction. Hear me and hear me clearly. If I be the person that I am, it's only you're gonna leave here. Matter of fact, you might even graduate and go to college. And you're gonna be in your dorm room and you're gonna have the opportunity to do whatever you want to do. You're going to be put in situations where you either have to represent God or deny God. Be a follower or be a fan. And you're going to have to make a decision. Question for the week is, have you really given yourself to God to be a follower? Like genuinely, is what you say you believe what you're really seeking to live? My goal is, this ain't one of them sermons that gonna make you dance and do all that foolishness. I don't care about that. Because if you die and go to hell, your life was wasted. If you die and go to hell, your life is wasted. If you don't make it to the place that God wants you to make it, your life was wasted. If you don't lead the people to Christ that you're supposed to lead to Christ, your life is wasted. Which one you gonna be? You gonna keep being a fan? Fans talk in church. Fans are distracted. Fans don't have any type of maturity. Fans are just empty-minded. Fans don't care. Followers said, you know what? I'm gonna be disciplined. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna push you to the challenge, and we're gonna push it even further in March. Watch this. How many of y'all have spent 15 minutes with God every day? Just raise your hand. Don't say nothing. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 10. Every day. 15 minutes. Huh? I'm talking about him. With the glasses. You. Huh? 15 minutes every day. Alright? There's too many people in here for us not to be spending our time with God. What if God said you only had 7 days to live? And your amount of time that you spend with me would determine whether you keep living. That's how you are spiritually. You're spiritually on life support. And God is saying, check this out. You got to make a decision. Either you're going to live for me, or your spirit's going to keep dying. You're going to continue to be disconnected from me. We can sing, I give myself away, but until you literally give yourself away to him, this song is just words. So I'm going to ask you today, we're going to take a minute, and I just want you to sit there for a minute. I want you to take your paper down. Put your clipboard and your notepad down. Matter of fact, do me a favor. Stay right here. Don't talk. I don't need you to talk. I just need you to take it. Let's do it without slamming. Just take them and slide them on the floor. Right? No, not yet. This is what I want you to do. How many of you all have a friend sitting in this room? Right? Now watch this. Guess who is the greatest person to cause you to detour?
Your friends.
Either your friend or your family are the greatest people to cause you to make a detour. Right? Who doesn't know anybody in this room? Alright, cool. Y'all together? Y'all sisters? Huh? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Alright, y'all are sisters. Alright, cool. This is what I want you to do. I don't want this to be a playing moment. Hear me and hear me clearly. This ain't a moment for you to talk or for you to play. This isn't a moment for you to get with your friend and play. This is a moment for you and your friend to make a decision. To say, hey, we're going to start being followers of Christ. I told y'all last week, I got a group of guys who I'm tight with. I got in the air on Friday, and by the time I landed, all of my friends that I'm tight with had sent me a text message telling me, man, preach. Preach the word. Like I say to you all the time, we can either be followers together or we can be failures together. We can either be followers of Christ together or we can be fans together. And I want people to be surrounded, to be around me that are followers of Christ. So this is what I want you to do. I want you to get by your friend. If you're already sitting, 9 times I tell you, sitting by your friend. Is everybody sitting by their friend? Is your friend in here? Get by your friend. Get by your friend. Get by your friend. Feel free to get up and move. Get by your friend. Get by your friend. Get by somebody. Get by your friend. 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 Is everybody by your friend?
Yes.
Okay, stand up. Grab your friend. Now, if you're a guy, I know my guys ain't gonna hold hands. I got it. Just grab them, dab them up. Grab them, yeah, just like that. Get by your friend. Get by your friend. Get by your friend. Get by your friend. Get out. Get out. I want you to go stand right by that door and don't move. Right outside that door. Alright? Alright? And you on your way next. And then you on your way next. Alright? Is everybody by your friend? If it's multiple, if it's more than one friend, and y'all girls are comfortable holding hands, y'all go ahead and hold hands. Y'all can hold hands. Guys, just put your dap up. Put your dap up. Put your dap up. Face them. Just face into them. Face into them. Face into them. Face them. If all y'all friends, then y'all all there you go. There you go. Alright, do me one favor. That's your partner? Cool. Face her. Even if it's not your partner, even if you don't know nobody. Come here, sweetie. Yellow shirt, gold shirt, silver and gold. I'd rather have Jesus. Come on. This is what I want you to do. Come here. Yeah. Come in her. Alright, y'all just back up. Because this is what I want us to do. I want us to be intentional about praying in this moment that God will make all of us followers of Christ. Followers of Christ. Followers of Christ. Everybody, by here. 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 By here.
I'm sorry.
Alright? If you're not with somebody, left hand, left hand, left hand, left hand, left hand. There you go. That's what I want to see. Alright? If you're with somebody, cool. And now watch this. We're going to pray, and our decision has to be either we're going to be fans or we're going to be followers. Fans or 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 followers. Think in your mind, the choice is yours right now. Right? Fans are people who like to know about you but don't want to know you. Fans are people who take joy in pretending like they have a relationship with you, but they don't really have it. Right? Followers are people who say, I have a genuine relationship with Jesus Christ. Genuine. That thing is legit. And it's not perfect, but I'm growing in Him. I'm growing in Him. Alright? Let's bow our heads. Lord, my prayer is that for each and every student in this room, God, you would make them followers of you. That your life, God, and the word will continue to touch their hearts. God, my prayer is that you would help them to be willing to give up things, people that draw them away from you. God, my prayer is that you would draw them closer to you, that they would be more and more like you, that they would walk in your image and in your likeness. God, make us followers of Christ. Make us followers of Christ. May the light of Jesus Christ be seen in and through us. God, that people would have the desire to want to know who we serve and the life that we live. God, right now, help the person's hand I hold to continue to draw closer to you, to continue to want to be like you, to know you, and to be in your image. Lord, we thank you that we are followers and not fans. God, repeat after me. Lord, help me to be a follower of Christ. Discipline me. Make me devoted. Make me willing to do whatever it takes. Whatever is required to be all you've called me to be. Lord, come into every room of my life and change me. Lord, come into every room of my life and change me. I want to be all that you've called me to be. I want to be everything that you've designed me to be. I'm yours. In Jesus' name. In Jesus' name. Amen. All right. Give him a hug. Give him a hug. Give him a dab. Give him something. Give him something. Let them know, listen, we follow. We follow. We follow. Look them in the face and say, we follow. 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 Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. One last thing.